Yeah.
What up, though? Big Phone back in the building. Big Phone Media here. Hey, man, welcome back, everyone, man. Glad to be here back in the dungeon. Got my guy Dave on the camera, man, helping me out once again. Second time in a row. Decided I'll come back and do another list and do some kind of reviews of what I saw last week and some of the games that happened, a couple of games I was able to get out to. But with that being said, like I said, we back doing this again. Shout out a couple people again with the help. Always roll the dice. Always, and also I forgot to shout out my guy last time, UAV Sports. UAV Sports. My guy Meech. Shout him out, man. Him been working together on some things as well. For me to compile this list. And us, we got some other things coming with basketball season. Get ready to pro. So make sure you tap in to UAV Sports YouTube as well. As long as tap, subscribe, comment, like, share, Big Phone Media. Trying to grow the platform. The more, I want to show love to everyone, I want to show love to everybody that don't get the love. So we like I said previously, Cass and King always getting all the love. So this is for y'all. So the more y'all share the page, the more notoriety I can give to y'all, and that it'll reach more ears. So do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, do the whole 9. With that being said, let's get down to it. Oh, I got one more thing. Shout out to UPSM. 2-game winning streak. Last time I talked to y'all, had the big rivalry game. UPSM definitely went BTA. Shout out to them. They also won a game just last week. Got them another dub, so that's 2 in a row, man. Shout out to a former team that I used to coach. I still got some kids on that team that I coach, so I still want to give them a nice little shout out. Congrats to them on their 2 wins in a row. Now, with that being said, Big Phone's top 10, not Cass and King. Big Phone's top 10, not Cass and King. So we go get to it right now. Coming in this round of my top 10, maybe a little bit of surprise, but I'm gonna reward teams for when they get some wins. Sorry, some teams have fell out, some teams have come into the top 10. So with that being said, my number 10 team, Renaissance. Hey, Renaissance got a couple wins on deck. Had a couple of tough wins, made some noise the last couple of weeks. Hey, props to them. I haven't got to see them in person, but I am checking stats, I am checking lines. Hey, if you come in and you get a couple of wins, because it's hard to win football games at the end of the day. So if you come in, you get a couple of wins, hey, I'm gonna throw you in there. I'm gonna show you some love. I'm gonna show you love when you deserve it. So coming in at number 10, we got Renaissance. Coming in at number 9, happy to put this team in there. I coach with a couple of these guys. Shout out Coach Andre Harlan. I know him as Coach Moon. Shout out they DC, Jalen. Shout out my guys over there. Mumford comes in at number 9. Mumford is one of them teams where I seen them earlier this year. Got a lot of promise, got some bodies, got some kids, got a real nice quarterback over there. Props to them for getting them a couple of wins over the last few weeks. Mumford jumps into my number 9. Number 8. Now, number 8 kind of disappoints because I saw them as well this year. And I think I talked to their coach, Coach Yancey, said they had some injuries. You know, I hit him up to see what happened. Had a couple of injuries, but had a few losses too. Not counting the loss, I think they played King. Kind of figured what was going to happen with that. But they took some bad L's the last couple weeks. So Henry Ford drops, I think I had him at like 6. I can't remember where I had him at last time, but they dropped all the way down to 8. Like I say, took some tough L's. I think they're sitting at like 3 and 4 right now. I haven't had a chance to look at the state list. I was looking at the state list. I didn't see them in at one point. I think they were in. So now they're teeter-tottering in for at least the states. Number 7, another team that has some promise they took a couple of bad losses. They actually won a game this week, but I dropped Cody down to 7. Cody is my number 7 team. Just like I say, they got a win, but then they had a couple of bad losses. So Cody drops down to my number 17. My number 16, even though they had a couple of losses, they probably played one of the games of the year for me this year, Northwestern. Northwestern has good coaching. When they played CMA this past week, good coaching, heard some good coaching points coming from the coach from Northwestern during the game. End up losing the game at the last second. Again, another tough ball club. I know people probably gonna be like, well, they lost, but I'm like, the way they still been playing, the way, and now, like I say, my list is kind of based on what I see and how they're playing. Like I say, just no quitting the team that's gonna fight all the way, gonna fight for the full 48 minutes of the game. That's what another thing I like to see, a team that don't quit. So CMA, not CMA, but Northwestern is my number 16. Again, like I said, I know they took a couple L's, they played Central, lost, but just me watching them, knowing what type of, they have a couple of good kids on their team. Number 5, safety, strong kid. I like that kid. Like I said, I forget, like I say again, I gotta get y'all names, but that kid is a hell of a ball player. I like him, I like what he does. Moving on now, my number 5 team, and probably my team that's probably made the biggest jump in this list, CMA. CMA jumps to number 5. They were 10, had them at 10 a couple weeks ago, but they picked up a solid, a gutsy win against Northwestern. The kids, Caleb Barnes, with 50 seconds left, about a minute left in the game, no timeouts. Like I said, when I said in my interview when I talked to Coach, he gave him some coaching points right before that drive. He told him everything he had to do. He went 6 of 7 on that drive with no timeouts and scored a winning touchdown. So CMA, they found a way to win. They finally won one of these close games that they've been trying to win all season. So with that, again, CMA bumps up to my number 5 team. Now this moves me to my number 4 team, and this is where I'm probably gonna get the most blowback, pause. With my upcoming picks right here, particularly at 3 and 4. So my number 14 is Pershing. Even though I know they beat Central to go to city championships this Friday, there's still a lot of things I've seen with the game. So I'll just get them out the way. 3 and 4 are Pershing and Central. Pershing at 3, Pershing at 4, Central at 3. And my reasoning, this is just my reasoning, and it was let's just be honest about the game. It was a very sloppy game. Uncharacteristic definitely for Central, where both teams combined for 13 penalties in the first quarter alone. Like, I've been following Central pretty much all year, and that's the most penalties I've ever seen them get this year. So it was a very uncharacteristic game. The way the game came down to, number 1 for Pershing threw a deep ball that got them down into the red zone inside the 10. They punched in off of that, but after that it was kind of just a struggle. Central had their chances. Central had multiple chances to win the game, but me personally, like I said, I just still think at the end of the day, even though it was a close ball game, it's one of them games where, like I say, it was just one of them games, like I said, it was only 6-0. So had it been, say Pershing won by 21, then there's no doubt in my mind I would give it to them. But with the game being so close, and just the game, it was literally a game of inches both ways. I still feel like, it still looks like to me that, Central is the better ball club. But it didn't work. It wasn't their day. It wasn't their day. So I'm not gonna punish them too hard and dropping them like that, because like I say, it was just one of them games to where, it was a game full of mistakes. The game literally could have went either way. That was one of those games where it could have went either way. So those are my 4-3 team. So I know it's probably gonna be a little controversial. People probably gonna be mad about it, but I understand, I get it. But this is, like I say, this is just coming from my point of view, just what I see, what I have seen, and what I watched in that game. And I watched that game over multiple times, so that's why. And I was kind of battling with this one right here. This was like the toughest one for me in slotting these two teams. So again, that was my reasoning behind that. Both good ball clubs. Both played hard that day, but it was just one of them games. It was just like I wasn't used, especially from Central. I wasn't used to seeing that. My number 2 team, of course, they bump up from 3, Southeastern. And I kind of feel bad for Southeastern in a way because they're stuck in the bracket over there with King and Cass, and I think they kind of earned the right to. They should be playing Denby for the cities, right? But I know how the brackets work out, and I understand that, and that's fine. And we just gotta. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But Southeastern, is my number 2 team. 1 loss on the season. I think it's 1 or 2 losses on the season. They're pretty much they're guaranteed a state spot. I don't see them not getting into the states. They're guaranteed a state spot. But again, Southeastern, I feel bad for the ball club because I do feel like, hey, they should get a shot at Denby. I think them and Denby right now, as constructed, are the 2 best teams, and which takes me to my number 1. They've shown why I picked them to be the number 1 team a couple of weeks ago, and they're still my number 1 team. Denby, Coach Carr, Coach Mobley over there, they coach their ass off. At the end of the day, that team is well prepared. That team has been well prepared. Every game I've been able to see them, they've been well prepared. They've been on a warpath right now. You know what I'm saying? They learned from their early losses, and they haven't lost since. So they're still pushing on. So again, that puts them and Pershing in the city championships this Friday, which I'm supposed to be at. I'm supposed to have on-field access. I got to make another phone call, shoot another email. But as far as I know, I spoke with some of the people in the PSL. I should have access at Ford Field, so I'm looking forward to this Friday. I'm really looking forward to my highlight game. I know everybody's gonna be there for Cass and King, but for me, because I'm rocking with y'all, man, I'm happy to be there for Denby and Persian. I'm happy to be there for y'all. I'm happy to be there to show y'all some love. I'm ecstatic by it. With that being said, my pick to win the game will be Denby. I don't know if I want to give a score. But let's give a score. I'm not gonna give a score. I'm gonna pick Denby to win. I'm not gonna give a score. I'm not OG smart like that just to say, hey, this team gonna win this, that, and third. I'm not into all that. But I do pick Denby to win the city championships for their side of the bracket. Again, like I said, I'm looking forward Friday to being down there, getting some coverage. Hopefully I'll bump into some of y'all down there. Hopefully, hey man, I might do some off the wall stuff. I might do some walk around interviews or something. So if y'all see me and if I'm up in the atrium or something, man, let's chop it up. Let's have some fun with it. Let's talk about it again. Let's talk about this list again. Like I said, I know it's not perfect. I know some people gonna be upset, this, that, and the third. But again, what I said when I did this the other week, I'm just trying to shed light on guys, on teams that don't get no light shed on them. That's my main thing. That's my main thing while I'm doing this. I'm trying to shed light on teams who don't normally get light shed on them. They just sitting off in the back. And it was funny. It's funny, man. I seen a publication say this week that they come out to every city, small city, no matter where they're gonna shoot a game. I kind of laughed at it because I haven't seen them at none of the PSL games outside of Cass and King. Ain't seen them at one of the PSL games outside of them. None of their guys. None of their guys. And that's, so it's like, so for me to have what I have right here and being able to generate this platform and just to show y'all some love. Again, thank y'all for supporting. I'm gonna continue to try to support y'all, to give shine some light on y'all, because hey, back in the day, we didn't have all this. We didn't have none of this. So now we have platforms where we can do this. So again, thank you for following Big Phone Media. Appreciate you. We gonna do this again in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna try to bring you content every couple of weeks, or unless, you know what I'm saying, if I can get my guy Dave, whenever he's available for me to help me out. He looks out for me all the time, so whenever we can put something on and drop some more content, guess what? I'm dropping it. So again, we're gonna try to drop as much content. Keep following the page. I'm not gonna go lax on y'all. So just follow, tell your friends, tell your family, follow the page, follow the Instagram, follow the YouTube. I am Big Phone on Instagram, Big Phone Media on the YouTube. TikTok I got some stuff on TikTok too. Big Phone Media on TikTok. Just tap in. More content will be coming. Hey man, and good luck to all the squads this week. I'm going to try to pop out to a Thursday game. It's not guaranteed, just because I want to kind of prep for the city. So I may do a poll late Wednesday on if I pop out Thursday. So check the story. Make sure you're checking the stories to see if I'm gonna do a poll to see what game I might want to pop out to. So again, y'all know how I go. If y'all vote, y'all vote is where I go. Wherever y'all vote, tell your peoples, come to the page, vote, and that's where the game I'll end up at. So it's a possibility that I might pop up at a game Thursday. So again, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for following Big Phone Media. And man, good luck Friday. Good luck Thursday and Friday. See y'all next time. Peace.